Good day. How's it going?
Going really well, thank you very much.
Awesome. I'm Samantha Hilliard, and I'm sitting here with Dwayne Lasas, former council member of Waterhen and former vice chief of MLTC. Now you're saying you're your own boss and you're out there teaching Cree. Awesome. So I'm going to give you the mic and I'll ask you some questions here, and we'll get this interview on the go. I want to say thank you very much for meeting me today and coming to do this with me. I'm honored. Thank you so much. All right, I'll give you the mic.
I am truly honored for this chance to be able to explain what I do.
Yes,
Now,
for sure.
today.
Okay. I'll just let you keep that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you your first question. And where did you grow up? Where did you live in your early years? And who were your influences growing up?
Okay, I grew up on Waterhen First Nation. And I grew up with a lot of Cree speakers, so I was able to pick up the language from a very, very early age. I was actually born here in Saskatoon at the City Hospital.
Oh, okay.
So Saskatoon is my home now, and that's central to all the places that need my services.
Yep.
Because I was just in Hilliard-Bear teaching Cree there.
Oh, okay.
Language courses and young people. So growing up in Waterhen, I had a lot of family that played music.
Yeah.
And not only contemporary music, but also with traditional music.
Mm-hmm.
And the ceremonies that we did with the late Chief George LaRock,
Okay.
and around that songmaker Edward Running Around, he was those two were very, very one of my biggest influences when it comes to understanding music from a traditional sense.
Yeah.
But guys like Edward Martell, the musicians from back in the day, and they were really, I really looked up to them, so I wanted to be a musician in that sense.
Yeah.
So I got to understand that music background. Also, another relative was the late Stanley Morin.
Okay.
Was another musician that used to come to Waterhen, and I was just thrilled to watch him play.
Okay.
Back in the 70s. So there was a lot of family that influenced me, but also band members.
Right on.
And the language was all Cree.
Fluent, right? Everybody spoke it back then.
Spoke it back then. Yeah, all the elders that I can still remember how they laugh.
Yeah.
That's how close I got to some of those people.
Yeah. Nice. I'm just gonna move this just a little closer because I noticed that we've got some boat races going on. We're just at the river here at Saskatchewan River. Beautiful spot. Beautiful day for this.
Yeah.
All right. So, what role did music have as you were growing up? I know you just kind of touched up.
Yeah. But, okay. Now I'm going to go in depth into why that music made me who I am today. See, I was never into drugs, but my high was music.
Nice.
And whenever I had some kind of event that was harmful in any way, I kind of go into my music world and just it relaxed me, it de-stressed me, and it helped with a lot of the traumatic experiences growing up in the 70s.
Yep.
When alcoholism was rampant, really rampant in the days.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was my cure-all.
Yeah. I understand that. That's why I love music so much too. It's always just helped me get through life, you know?
Yes.
I love music.
Absolutely,
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about your interests, your hobbies, what your strengths are?
My hobbies was being where nature, sitting in my favorite spot along the Waterhen Lake.
Yeah.
There was one spot that I sat, and that's where the loons would be swimming by, and I'd call them and they'd come close. Or the ducks, I'd call them and they'd come close.
Nice.
And some of the things I loved doing back in the day was just, there was no interferences like we have today.
Yeah.
And being out on the land but Flotten Lake was another place I liked
Growing up and yeah.
all that. And as far as hobbies, I used to like running.
Yeah.
I loved running back in the day before I smoked.
Yeah.
But I quit smoking 24 years ago. So
Good for you.
So it's but back then, I never had a bicycle. It was just wherever we had to be, we ran.
Yeah, by foot, everywhere.
And also another one was when the POWs were finally brought back to Waterhead, and the late George LaRock was the one that bought it. That was another thing I just loved, the ceremonies.
Yeah.
That was, it's not really I consider a hobby, but it was a very, very, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
That healing, I didn't know it was a healing process, but I just loved I was intrigued by the sound of the songs that was made, and the drums. And
yeah.
So I was influenced by a lot of traditional people back in the day.
Good.
Yeah, it was really good time to grow up.
Yeah. Not compared to the day today, with all these kids and, they don't even go outside very much anymore. They're on their games and their cell phones, and back in the day, you found so much other things to do. Like my one guy, Frank, that I interviewed was telling us how they played hockey. They would make their own sticks from willows, and they would use horse poop for the hockey pucks. It's like
we use what was available.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who are your musician role models, and how do they define who you are today?
Today, a lot of the country music back then, and one person in particular was Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
Because I saw him live here in Saskatoon. It used to be called the Centennial Auditorium.
Oh, okay.
In 1988.
Yeah.
So that was quite something for me to be able to see him live.
For sure.
And growing up, there was this movie back in the 60s. It was called Nashville Rebel.
Uh-huh.
He had a clean haircut, and he was the main actor.
Yeah.
And that's when my music first started. That was my influence. It's right there.
Okay.
Waylon Jennings, and I got to see him live, and it was a really momentous occasion for my musical upbringing, I guess you could say.
For sure.
And a lot of the other ones was, of course, Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And I got to play his music. And one of the traditional people that raised me was Edward Running Around.
Okay.
And he used to love singing Elvis, so I was his backup guitar player.
Oh.
So Elvis that music was very
influential. Yeah.
But then later on in life, I started like playing other forms of music, and now my musical influences are from throughout the world.
Yeah.
Like the late Bob Marley.
Yeah.
The late Hawaiian. Israel Kabakabiba Ole,
okay,
or they call him Is, short.
Yeah.
But some people
Yeah,
Hawaiian, what?
Yeah.
But now I have multiple influences. I sing in Cree, English, Spanish, and Hawaiian.
Wow.
So I really challenge myself a lot when it comes to music.
Yeah.
I finish one form of music, then I start another instrument, like what I have here. Like I was non-stop with learning music. Now I want to pick up the saxophone.
Oh, nice.
So I want to learn everything I can.
That's awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
never too late to start learning. Just keep
That's
on
right.
going, and obviously you've got a lot of instruments that you're under your belt that I've seen some videos and enjoyed.
Yeah.
All right. I understand you developed a Cree language course using music and simple mathematics and other methods. Do you want to tell us about that?
I'll tell you briefly about it. I don't want to reveal too much because it's part of my training course.
Okay.
But mathematics is the language of the universe.
Yes.
And also music is part of that. And the way I view it is mathematics and music are like twins.
Yeah.
They need to be together in order to be as one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Cree word for twins. Ni sutiwak, two hearts but one.
Okay.
They need to be together in order for for you to pick up a language.
Yeah.
And there are mathematical patterns in the Cree language.
Okay.
And I break those apart, and that's what, and along with the music understanding of nature,
Yep.
that's part of our language too.
Yeah.
Because our language is a healing language. And say for instance, if I hear an elder, kind of awaken those guys down here.
Yeah, we can be.
I didn't realize this was happening.
Me neither.
This is usually quiet here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, he's just showing off. Okay. So, okay. When it comes to the when you want to give life to a song
Yeah.
in the Cree language. So what I found out was when I tune my instruments to nature,
Yeah.
I can tune in with the same frequency to traditional singers from all over the world.
Oh, okay.
From the Sami when I went to Norway,
Yeah.
they sing in that frequency.
Okay.
The Hawaiians sing in that frequency. The Maori sing in that frequency.
Yeah.
We all here on Turtle Island sing in that frequency.
Yeah.
And also people from the Northwest Territories, Alaska, where I've been as well too.
Wow.
It's so.
Yeah.
And I've always taken my ukulele with me wherever I went.
Oh, yeah.
So that was because what I do is I hear them singing and I go,
Yeah.
okay, they're singing exactly the same key as the rest of nature. So
Yeah.
I always verify it with my little ukulele.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you also developed a card game what's called
With Situin.
Wheat Situin.
Yeah.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about that game? Because Wheat Situin means helping one another, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the concept that this card game brings out. It allows you to learn about what every animal in that card game. There's 12 creatures there.
Okay.
12 creations, I'll say.
Yep.
That teach us how we became human. Learning from the animals, like the strength of a bear,
Yeah.
the family values of a wolf, and adaptability of a coyote.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of lessons in there.
Yeah.
But it's also lessons about the star connection too, because in there is a cluster of stars called the Pleiades. But
Okay.
in Cree we call it Pagwani Kisik.
Pagwisinik.
Pagwani Kisik.
Kisik.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's and in Dakota they say Wichokpe Oyate.
Okay,
And-
I'm not gonna
and-
try
and
that
I'm
one.
gonna try and in Hawaiian it's Makali'i.
Oh, yeah.
So that which means eyes of royalty.
Oh.
So I study languages all over the world, and I see the beauty in how we're all connected.
Yes.
And with this game, it's actually promotes laughter, and I'll tell you some of it.
Yeah.
If you're playing, I designed a game called Nistupugo,
Okay.
and there are louse cards in there. So if you have a 3 louse card, I call it a full louse.
Yeah.
And or a scratch hand, or
Yeah.
a lousy hand, or a tekum hand in Cree.
Yeah.
So it's actually very fun when you get that hand, because it's a side bet,
Yeah.
and you're racing to 144 points.
Okay.
But the fun part about if you have a tie,
Yeah.
so you have eagles, hawks, and ravens in there. So this is called when you're breaking a tie, I call it flipping the bird.
Yeah.
Okay, so when there's a tie to be broken, the cards are being flipped. The first one that is flip the bird is actually the winner of that tie game.
Okay.
Breaks that tie, so there's
Yeah.
a lot of and people
Humor in it.
humor in it,
Yeah.
and people will be saying, "Come on, flip me a bird, flip me a bird," and they want because they want to win the side bet, right?
Yeah.
It gets to be that way,
Yeah.
and it's a very balanced game. You want to get the high game, but you also want to get the low 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very balanced, it's a very different concept of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also raise funds with it for your powwows. Very
Oh.
effective. You're playing the house.
Yeah.
And you know how you have a draw?
Yeah.
You have a tie?
Yeah.
No, you just flip a bird.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a very different way of playing a game.
Yeah.
And you can also have, say, if you have the most full louse hands or tikum hands.
Yeah.
You can also win a prize that's a best tikum wrangler or something of Nistupugo or something. It's
Yeah.
There's so many different ways you can create something just to help people really understand what it means to laugh like First Nations.
Yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes we can hear our aunties laughing from a mile away, and we can hear them from across the lake. We can hear
and a crowd of people,
and you know which auntie it is.
Yes.
Yeah, even bingo hall or a casino. Oh, there's my auntie. I didn't have to see her.
Oh yes.
If you want to see her or if you want to avoid her, you have that choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Laughter is the best medicine.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so so you were saying you studied other languages throughout the world. What have you discovered that will absolutely blow my mind?
Wow, that is a great question, by the way. Okay, there are some words from other countries where there was never any contact, physical contact.
Yeah.
So there are many. You can create a lot of theories about what I'm about to tell you about one Japanese word.
Yeah.
They say seikatsu,
Yeah.
which means livelihood in Japanese.
Seikatsu.
Seikatsu.
Okay.
And then in Cree, livelihood is sokatsu.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So there are two words that mean the same.
Yeah.
And they sound the same.
Yeah.
And that katsu is bimatsu. Bimatsu in this life.
Yeah.
Atsu is prominent in the Japanese language when it's describing life.
Oh.
So, and also, if you ever heard of Akashic records, Akashic records is kind of like a spiritual place where the records of your life are kept.
Oh, okay.
It's in the sky records. It's Akashic means sky in Sanskrit. And if you listen to Akashic, and the Cree word for sky is kisik, that's very similar.
Yeah.
There are markers all over the world that prove that show that Cree is something other than. It's a very, very old language, and Sanskrit is a language that it's a language about ceremony.
Yeah.
And so is Cree.
Nice.
So, and there's one more word.
Yeah.
The word for different
Yeah.
in Sanskrit is beda,
Uh-huh.
and we say bedos.
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 No?
Beda. Bedos.
Oh, very similar.
Very similar. It's a word different.
Yeah.
And it's the same. You're saying different and same in one sentence, right?
Yeah.
So that's. I'm also studying other languages where just trying to see other. I have a list, but I'm still trying to verify.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are beyond the doubt.
Yeah.
That there is a connection, and the thing about Japanese is they also have. They claim lineage from the Pleiades like us,
Yeah.
Paguniki Sik, but they say Subaru.
Oh, okay.
If you see the logo on the Subaru, there's
Oh.
6 stars that represents the Pleiades,
Oh, okay.
and the seventh star because there's 6, the 7 is always invisible,
Oh, okay.
and 7 is a very sacred number in our culture.
Okay.
So it's so there's that connection.
7 sacred teachings.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. There's also like they have the same. They claim the same lineage,
Yeah.
and our languages are connected. So you can create your own theories about that, and how our origin stories are very, very. I'm also researching about the Mayan language, and how
Where's that from?
that's from Central America,
Okay.
and Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, and that's in fact there are the Aztec
Mm-hmm.
and the Cree are somewhat interrelated because the Aztec called themselves Nahua, and we call ourselves Neheo.
Oh.
So those two are very, very similar.
Yeah.
And in fact, the word for wolf in Nahua or Aztec
Yeah.
is Mayaken,
Yeah.
and we say Mahekan.
Oh, okay.
Cree. So there are connections out there that.
Yeah, with a bunch of different languages that are similar to Cree.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. And if you look at the Mississippi River,
Yeah.
and if I said it in my language, I'd say Mississippi, big river.
Oh.
And the people don't realize that's an Algonquian word for big river.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's from that part of the country. So there are a lot of interrelated Algonquian languages out there. Like in Cree, for instance, midday.
Mm-hmm.
In Anishinaabe, it's midday wind.
Which means
heart.
heart. Okay.
Midday wind, heart. Yeah.
Okay.
They're very similar languages, and even the way we say Nehiya Wewin, Anishinaabe. Like it's Anish. Okay, Anishinaabe Mowin, Nehiya Wewin. See, we have the same song as the Anishinaabe.
Oh, okay.
Our song is very similar to theirs when we speak.
Yeah.
So it's
Very interesting.
yes, yeah.
Very interesting. Awesome. So you are a Native American flute player. I'm going to ask you if you can, of course, play us a tune. But before you do, can you tell our listening audiences about your flutes?
Okay, these flutes are made by Brian Towers. These flutes are tuned to 432 hertz, and they are healing flutes.
Okay.
Like all of my healing flutes, because you can actually get people to close their eyes and they can see certain things.
Okay.
That really help them heal.
Like visions.
Yeah, like visions. Yeah. So this is another one. This is 432. So I'll just get maybe you can see the 432 there.
Okay.
So they were. He had to put tobacco out for this wood.
Oh, okay.
So it was done in a traditional sense. So these are activated, full blown healing flutes.
Nice.
So they actually make you feel good.
I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, they are very. They're very powerful. Even when I play it, I feel it.
Yep.
I feel their strength, and that's the same healing as when you're sitting out where there's no Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And that is the connection with the birds and the animals.
The land.
The land, your connection to everything
Yes.
around us. Yeah, and it's how I can compare. English is a great language when it comes to trade and commerce throughout the world.
Yep.
But our native languages are connected universally, and that's with this music. That's what I'm about to play.
Okay.
It's a universal connection because get this, 432 is the music of everything, all the animals, birds, insects,
Okay.
whales, and 432 is also the radius of the sun.
Okay.
So people don't realize that, and also 432 is the square root of the speed of light.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of music and mathematical connections that people don't realize.
No, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the 3 is a very prominent number in our. So in fact, 3 is it's everywhere. 369 is everywhere.
Yeah.
And in the one Cree word, Nisto Tamawin, it means understanding. First letters, and then
Yeah.
Nisto is 3.
Oh, okay.
So why is the word Nisto in the word for understanding? So that's because of our musical connection and mathematical connection.
I see.
And in the Cree language, the last 3, Nehiya, Wewin, the last 3 syllables is where the emphasis is. So the 3 is prominent even in our language. So that's kind of like a little peek into my methods of how I teach Cree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, very fast way of learning, and you can actually. I've taught people from Afghanistan. I've taught people from the Congo, from Mexico,
Really?
from Newfoundland, and they sound Cree.
Really?
My method is
With your method?
Yeah, with my method, using
I'm
my
gonna have
method.
to learn that.
Yeah, I can help.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to teach families, entire families, or entire communities
Yes.
how it is. Because what I did was really, really interesting. A lot of people don't ever, I don't think anybody has ever done this, but the Cree dictionary,
Yeah.
I went through it
Yeah.
and I understand about 95% of the words.
Okay.
There are a few of them that I've never heard of,
Uh-huh.
but I have a pretty good understanding of the Cree language.
I'd say so.
And I even make up words. I
Uh-huh.
love doing that.
Okay.
I love the people maybe hearing this will say, well, the Cree word for sunglasses. I call them "gimotapyog skisugokana," which means the glasses you use to peek at people because they're dark. So and then also like my friend Clarence Iron.
Yeah.
Here's the word for hippopotamus.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Niyan no kitsubtahtahtop tulong sugoto tampyog spagasagay not ni soptio maktonio gokus.
Yeah, I ain't gonna try that one.
But it flows.
It
Actually,
does.
If you put the mathematics into it,
Yeah.
anybody can learn it with practice.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Take
so
a little bit of
It's
practice.
like it's just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You're saying you're doing slow, and all of a sudden you take the training wheels off. Away you go.
Yes.
That's pretty much that. So here I'll play the
Okay.
flute now.
Okay.
It's no particular tune. It's just a tune that's going to come from my heart, and a lot of stuff I play are not. I don't record yet, but I will eventually.
Okay. Love it. That is beautiful. All right. Was that your original song then?
That's just come from my heart. That's
That's-
not no particular tune. But that last one was kind of a Sioux traditional.
Yeah.
A form of the one player that I listened to. His name is Charles Littleleaf.
Okay.
That's another one of my influences. But there's also many other flutists out there that are really paying attention to it and trying to hone out my style.
Yeah.
Using their influences. So yeah. So it's,
Nice. Did it take you long to learn that?
I've been playing flute for 4 years.
For 4 years
Yeah.
now? Okay. That's awesome. I'm curious, how many languages can you sing in?
I sing in Spanish,
Yeah.
Hawaiian, Cree, and English.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just happen to have my ukulele here. I can probably sing a Hawaiian song.
A Hawaiian?
Yeah,
okay.
sure. Why not? Yeah.
All right, let's do
Okay.
it.
And then maybe I'll sing a Cree song.
A Cree song,
okay?
perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
This was called. This is actually when my wife and I went to Hawaii. There was a guy singing some songs there, and he saw us. So I'll sing you a song. So because we gave him $10, and he sang us a song, and this is what he sung. It's a flirting tune.
Oh, okay.
it's called Hene Hene Ko'aka.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I sing a little bit of in Hawaiian and then in English.
Okay.
Okay. Hene hene ko'aka, ko ole ole apaka, e mama wia, for you and I. Hene hene ko'aka, ko ole ole apaka, e mama wia, for you and I. Our lips have met, our eyes not yet. So look out, baby, I'm gonna get you yet.
I love it. Awesome. I'm excited to hear the Cree song.
Okay.
We're just getting a treat here with all sorts of stuff. I'm loving it.
Sagi hikanu, kagi sumoin, kapaspihingo. Hakanimo, kanagati meto pina, sukanoma, sagi hitu, kaya. Sweet kita sini kaya wika but to be discreet. Know what's sweet kita sini. Know what's sweet kita sini. Know what's sweet to her, I see.
Love it. Woo! I give you a round of applause. That is so good.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. All right. So can you just elaborate a little bit more about the universal connection and how our way of life parallels with the vast universe?
Okay, let's start by talking about light.
Okay.
Light from the sun, like I said, the sun's radius is 432,000 miles.
Okay.
Actually, it's 432.45, but you round it off to 432 because it's 4, right? It's below 50. So, and the speed of light coming from the sun, by the time it hits the Earth, it's 186,282 miles a second. And the square root of that is 432. So what's happening is, without light, we would not be alive.
That's right.
Our languages would not, because when we speak our languages, we're breathing out that carbon dioxide when we're speaking. We don't speak when we're breathing in. It doesn't sound too good, right?
No.
But when we're breathing out, that's when we're giving life. That's why people talk to plants, right?
Oh.
That's where you're actually feeding the plant your carbon dioxide.
That's why they say talk to plants.
Yeah, talk to plants because So
That's why mine won't grow.
yeah. Yeah. Silence won't get you nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember I talked about nistuhtama in that 3.
Yeah.
H2O, 2 plus 1 oxygen. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. That's 3, right?
Yep.
So what does the sun do? It splits that in half. Splits the oxygen
Yep.
in the photosynthesis. So that oxygen is what we breathe in. When we breathe out, we give it back to the plants. So there's so much connection out there that's not being talked about, and how it connects to life itself,
Yeah.
and how our languages, our native languages are so life-giving, because when we speak from our heart. We say atsa mikdehe bigiskwewin, that spirit heart language, and that's what our languages are. And I'm not going to sit here and cut down other people's beliefs, but my belief is our languages are very powerful, much to be admired, because there is such a greater connection to the universe with this language, these languages. And I'm not saying only Cree, but because other languages have their form of connection.
Yeah.
It's throughout the world. And like take this for instance, English is a great language.
Yeah.
But it's comprised of many other languages.
Yeah.
Even Cree. So it's but it's evolved to be a language of commerce and trade. But I'm just thankful that I understand the concept of my language and how young people that I teach, before I start teach a language, I teach them the connection. Why is my language so important? Why is it so valuable? And once they realize that how greatly connected the language and your way of life is, they begin to understand that, hey, I mean something here. I'm important. My culture is well connected throughout the universe, and once they realize that, then I empower them. Then they start learning the language, and they say, "Whoa, that's just the mathematics within my language." And there's a little kind of a secret sauce that I put out there that helps them learn much faster. That's just who I am. I come from a musical background, traditional music background, listening to traditional music growing up, and my strength in mathematics, and just overall a knowledge seeker.
Yeah.
So all the things that make up who I am, how I'm connected to everything around me, and me bringing it out to be able to empower people, or people that just want to learn our ways and our culture and our language. They don't necessarily have to be from an indigenous background.
Right.
I'll teach anyone that wants to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like Bruce Lee wanted to teach everybody that the kung fu.
Yeah.
You got into trouble, but I'm not going to get in trouble teaching everybody a beautiful language.
Yeah. You're the Bruce Lee of our Cree language.
Bruce Cree.
Bruce Cree. Yes.
I pick up new names along the way.
So I was just gonna quickly, before we get to that, just ask you these and to answer in Cree.
Okay.
Okay.
Aspen kapigis siano. Kagiwa siuyan. Michito gaya kaya as kagi nagatas kitsuga iteya ayamana kagi atsumochik kakyo man nila na bigan na piyakan wa kumagan alvana sa sikaso nisto man ito tama atsumochuga iteya yung mana tama niyo nila no sigo wa kumagan no ni hewe when musakin naman experience tami pihtama tama yapsi siya speak kaya pas pang nis sen nga kakyo ni kite
kanske guys die tapste die bakte. Kapes man bito ba das gut. Das gut. Kau apa mag mana jika sti pa istiga ni mana or mas pa istiga ni. Kapes man bito kanske ka yung is pa jika. Kapes this is in one. Experience magi way uta ka kyo me ka pahta ma ko ki way o ma jika sti pa istiga na ki way. Ka kyo awas sa kami to ka mito ka kyo me kami to itsik manan ma. May ko to ni ga na ki way kispino ya mito ya way wi mani ko mito ya. Tan manera nisto i papahta ya. Nisto i puwiti papahta ya. Mo yo ya ki way apa chistigan ki way. Asko juga ya. Bicycles kasi kata cik. Magiwe ko to. Nisto po ipong bata. Kyo oga ka na to ka piwan mo kay tato po niya. Sikip sa akin ko cik. Nisto man inihiyo ya. Yo asno man na big spoon na. Kyo kan stokta ko gawas ka ispin na. Okta tutinigan kyo skaya. Kaya may soka ko makupix ko no nihiyawi mo no kasi kati. Kay pagtsika kami mo kway suka kway nyasik sagi to no nga kay speaks ba. Miti hipix ko no. Kyo minawa sa ugawas sa kutinigan which is what kanita which to mi nakapit na mo ko hipix ko nihiyaw no. Ano sinabi mo? Kami mo kuha kumagat sa itok ni Hiomat ni Hiomatok Yukusan.
All right. And any final thoughts before we wrap things up here, Dwayne?
I would just like to say that I'm honored to be able to be interviewed, and so for those people or for the First Nations or that hear this, that want to be part of this, you can just message me through Facebook or find you can get a hold of me that way.
Yeah.
And
Same if they want your games
or the game,
the card game.
And actually, the card game I have instructions on YouTube already.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So that the card game is on YouTube.
Okay.
It shows you exactly how to play, how to laugh,
Yeah.
how to enjoy the game,
And
all
what
the
do they
rules.
search on YouTube for that?
It's just we'd see to it
Okay.
how to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually so thankful for my relatives out there that take the time to listen to this and continue learning about who you are. And this is a time of people call it reconciliation, but the Cree word for it is situskatuin, walking together as friends. Reconciliation to me is not the right word.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
But in a Cree sense, situskatuin is the one.
Okay.
Well,
Good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Na-scoop na ako mga
Thank you so much.
You're
Awesome.
welcome.